Hey, Lori here. I have a couple other little projects I want to do for our Halloween display. I picked up this from the Dollar Tree, and I really only got it because I like the frame. So I'm sure you've seen the busted canvas. If you haven't, then you'll be getting to see it, but different. Of course, I'm going to do it differently. I have some of these faux leather glittered sheets. A lot of people make their little mouse ears with these. It's basically like canvas on the back, right? And then it has the glitter sheet on it. I have black and I have purple, and we're actually going to use this to do that same kind of method, but it, of course, by a way. So the way that this works is that you bust out the canvas so you can see something underneath. So I thought it would be fun to do a busted canvas in here and have something fun like a skeleton or something come out, because this really isn't my idea of something fun for a display. So we're going to totally change it because that's the most fun. So really what I wanted to do was just do this in a frame, and this was the best thing I could find. It's actually very hard to find a frame that doesn't already have glass or something else in it. So for this project, you're going to need some canvas-like material. You're going to need some Mod Podge and another, you can either use fabric, paper, or napkins. So you want something on this side, and then of course something on this side. So if you're doing an actual busted canvas, you actually have to glue something on the inside and glue something on the outside. This is going to save me a lot of time because it already has one surface done. So I'm going to need Mod Podge. So this is how you would attach whatever you want, taken apart, so that we can get it ready. This one also has a little thing, but I probably will not use that. It does like a little laughing thing. Okay. So I'm going to take all the screws off. Alright. So you can see this is where all the little pieces are. And then this is the frame that comes out. And this is the picture. Okay, so what most people are doing for the busted canvas is to put a picture inside here. I think we can probably just not have a picture in here, and what's going to happen is our canvas is going to go in here. I'm just going to trim around this. So what I want to do is take my frame, and I want to put this around the frame. So what I'm thinking is, for these sides, I'll just glue it. I think I probably could just glue the whole thing. Because I'm doing this differently, I just have to kind of work out how to get it attached on there correctly. The frame itself is going to hold a lot of it, okay, because this goes back down into this frame here where you will attach it back on, and then this goes in the back of it. So I want this part to be down here. Okay, and here, okay. So I'm going to kind of crease it so I can see where I need to cut some of it. Okay, now we'll start cutting some of this off. I can also take this and use this as a little bit of a guide. See what it looks like from the other side. Oh, that's cool. That's gonna be cool. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is kind of start working it in to these little edges, figuring out where I need to trim it off so that I can get it kind of glued in here. Got this little edge off. This edge off. There we go. So there's little places where the screws are going to go. I want to make sure that I don't cover any of those. Good. Jump some of this off. There. That's good. This is going to be so cute, I can tell already. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we've got it nice and trimmed. And then all we have to do is kind of glue it in here. Now the frame is also going to keep it in place. If I have any trouble, I can kind of cut a little slit near where the little screws are going to go so that I can make sure we're going to be able to get this back down like this. You really probably don't have to glue this in, but I kind of want to because I just want to make sure that I'm going to keep it in here securely. Okay. This. Okay. There. Oh, I pulled some of the fabric up. Okay. There we go. Alright, so I'm just going to come in here, put a little glue inside here, just to keep it nice and secure. But when we put in our little frame here, that's going to hold it in place very nicely. Okay. Alrighty. Yep, okay. So I'm just going to start putting some glue in here. There. I just want that extra little protection. Since this is not an actual canvas that has already been mounted, we're going to do that ourselves. Okay. That makes it more fun, I think. Okay. Okay. Just like that. Okay. If you have any little places that bubble up, you can cut a little slit to make it go around the corner nicely. So, there. Trim that little piece right there. There we go. Yeah, okay. So we've got it all glued down. So once I get the canvas glued into here, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to tape everything in here. Our little pieces that screw in are. Okay, so we've gotten everything in here. It's attached nicely into the frame. And so we're going to now get this glued into our canvas. This is actually going to go in the back, and what I want to do is I want to make this look more like a mirror, so we're going to work on that in a second, but I want to get this glued in first. So to glue this on, I'm just going to take some Mod Podge, and you can either use a brush or you can use a sponge. I like to use sponge brushes. And what I'm going to do is put a good coating of the Mod Podge onto the fabric. Okay, so this is the back. This is where I want to put the Mod Podge. So you have to remember that you kind of want it backwards, because when we bust the canvas and pull it open, you want there to be a pattern on both sides. So in order for that to work, you've got to have basically the backs of the fabric together. So back to back. You want a pretty good, generous coating. This is why I like to go ahead and cut everything and get it in place first, including gluing in our canvas piece, because it's going to make getting this piece in a lot easier. There's a lot of methods you can do this, but this is the way I like to do it. All right, so now we're going to put in our fabric. Okay, get it kind of creased out here, just like this. So I'm probably going to have to go around and just kind of fine tune into these little places where those little pieces are. Okay, so I want to make sure I'm cutting around where the screws are going to go, because you don't want anything that is going to cause a problem with that being able to attach. So I'll trim anything I need to. Okay, those look good. Okay. So no one's going to see this back part, so it doesn't need to be super pretty. There we go. Okay. Just make sure you have the little pieces cut out for where where the little screws go into the frame. All right, so I want to let it dry Okay, and while this is drying, I want to take this piece, which is going to be our back piece. I kind of wanted it to look a little bit like a mirror. I've kind of already cut out a rough shape, but I want to cut out this exact shape, including these little divots. So what I'll do is turn it over and kind of use my pencil to get the perfect little measurements here. So this is that same canvas with the glitter on the front that we used before. And where the picture would normally be in other busted canvases, we're going to have this. So then, you know, it's black and silver, and so it looks a little bit more like a mirror to me. Oops. I'm just going to cut the shape first, and then I'll come back and cut in where those little pieces for the screws are. So those little indentations. So this will give a nice backdrop for behind the busted canvas. So here are our little indentions. Just want to cut those out. Okay. I like using this because a lot of the work is already done for me. All I had to do was cut it into shape and get it into my frame. Okay. Perfect. All right. So I'm going to let this dry for a little while because I want to make sure that it is nice and solid on here. So you want to give it 20 or 30 minutes. I've already kind of started where I'm going to cut it, just so I could get an idea of where I wanted to put everything. But all you're going to do is you can take a box cutter, you can take an X-Acto knife, any kind of tool like that you have. And you're going to kind of cut like an X. Okay, so like an X, and you want to cut through both fabrics. This is one of the reasons why I want to let this dry a little bit, because I really want them to be stuck together. It's a little bit easier if you kind of get this stiffer part done first, which is why I did that. All right, so we're going to let this dry, and then we're going to come back and we're going to cut out our shape. So the way it's going to work is, when we get this cut, just give you an example here. Okay, there we go. When we pull it back, we'll kind of tuck it under like this, and then you'll see both sides. You see how cool that looks? So I want to make sure this glues together, so I want to try to not mess with it until it's done, or else I will make it look terrible. So let's let it dry, and then we'll come back and finish it up. So while that is drying, we're just going to kind of look at some of the other stuff I have that I thought would be super cute in the display. I found this super cute little, it's supposed to be like, so this cute little thing is supposed to be a crystal ball. So it already has little lights in it. So all you have to do is put your little batteries in. It has little lights in it. It's going to be super cute. So you can see that's really cute. That'll look really cute on our display. But they also have ones, right, that are smaller and don't have anything in them. These are just the $1.25 ones, and you can just put your own lights in it and then make the same crystal ball. I thought that would be super cute if you put the crystal ball on one of the candlesticks, but I would want to put some decorations around it. So for me, I would want to put our styrofoam on, put this on the styrofoam, and then decorate around this. You could also do it with the larger one. Either way, it's really super cute to do this. I think I want to do the smaller one, but I think I want to kind of flip this over and have the smaller one up here and then decorate around this. They also had these cute little containers, and they have little eyeballs, and you can take the eyeballs out, slip them down in the containers, and that's going to look super cute. You could even put water with some little bit of dye in it, just to give it a little bit more. But look how cute that is. Just the little eyeballs in it. And they have several different kinds. They have one that says Witch's Brew. I thought it would be super cute in that one. So you'll be having a cocktail of eyeballs. Which is just super cute. So super simple. Then you have one like this. They also have some bones. You could put bones in it. Put little bones. So it's super cute just to put little stuff in it. They also have little things like the skeleton heads. Anything like that would be super cute. They have all kinds of little pumpkins. Now this one actually came from Hobby Lobby. So not everything I'll use in my display will be from the Dollar Tree. But they have a lot of cute little light up type pumpkins. And all of these things will look super cute. So to do the little crystal ball, I would just take some of these cute little flowers and put this on here. I think I want to do, yeah, the smaller side, like this. Okay. I don't really need it to be quite this tall. This little thing has a little crow on it, so this one has a little crow on it. I don't want it to be too tall, so I'm going to cut some of this down. There we go. Perfect. So I'm going to glue this up here, and I'm going to decorate around here. There's all kinds of lights you could put in this. I have lights that have a USB on them. So there's just all different kinds of lights you could get to go in it. The little fairy lights are fun. I have these that have this huge battery pack. Now what I would do is have the battery pack down on the bottom and then just kind of cover it. I like these because they have a remote, and so I can change the color. I just really like these. This is the same ones that we put in the witch's cauldron that is now sitting in the front of my house. Okay, so just put it up in here like this. Okay. I want it to be pretty thick. There we go. Okay. So, let's get our little remote. These are my favorite ones. Can you see? So there's all kinds of different colors and different ways you can get it to go. And then I can just hide the little batteries down here. But isn't that super cute? So what we'll do is, so see there's different settings. It has a little button here. And of course you can use the remote. That's cute, I like that. But there's orange, that's really cute. It does also have a USB charge if you would rather use that. But let's get this kind of put together real quick because this isn't going to take a lot of effort. And it's going to be so cute. Alright. We just glue on our styrofoam here. And then we can just use whichever ones of these we like. But I really like the flowers. Totally okay to be perfectly tacky on Halloween. Just makes it more fun. So I'm just going to cut off some flowers and just kind of put them in there. So I'm just going to stick them right into this styrofoam. I love using these styrofoams for anything with a candlestick because they really are pretty much the perfect size. I love the purple and the black flowers. They have little spiders. Those are cute. I'll put those kind of in between. I'll push them up a little bit. Okay. Let's put some other flowers in here. We've got the black roses. And then they have little skeleton heads. Okay. I also have this purple and black roses. Okay. This is super easy. Alright, I want to put this one in the back. Okay. Look how cute that is. Simple. Very, very simple. Then we've got these little skeleton heads. You could also take these little heads and put them inside the flowers. You can put eyeballs in them. You can even get them with the eyeballs in them. I didn't really want to do that because I already have a couple of other things that have eyeballs in them. And I thought that was kind of a little bit too much. So I do like these little sticks. So I think we'll put the little sticks in. We'll skip the heads. Okay. Just a little stick kind of coming out. That's it. We just need something super simple. All right, and then I'm gonna get some glue on this lid here. Get this in. Okay. We'll just screw this top on. There we go. And we can light it up. Let's do purple. Oh, look how cute that is. Isn't that cute? Okay, so that takes seconds. I did get a couple other little things. I got, and these little purple lights. So we'll kind of set those around. So we'll put the spider webbing down and we'll kind of thread our lights in between. And I really love how this is turning out. So I now just need to, I kind of started it yesterday, but what you want to do is cut. There's so many different ways you can cut this, but I wanted to do kind of, let's see, make sure you cut through both layers. All right, and then what you're going to do is you're going to curl it back like this, and you're going to glue it. You do want to wait until everything is dry to do this, because if you don't, then some of this could tear. Okay, so make sure you let it dry. Sometimes it's a little bit easier to kind of look at the back to do some of this. There we go. Now, you want to do this before you put the backing in. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to kind of glue these back like this. And then we're going to put our backing in. Okay. So that's going to be super cute. And then we'll have our little skeleton head kind of coming out through there. So I want to get it far enough down so that I can get the head in here. Okay. If it's nice and glued, it should be pretty easy to cut right through it. There. This is going to be so cute. All right, so now that we have this cut and we're ready to go, we're going to put this back in, or we're going to put this in, rather. This hasn't been in before. If I see any places where my other fabric is kind of covering those holes for the back, I'll kind of trim those. Okay, so I want to make sure that I have nice. Okay, so see when you pull this back, you see the inside. All right, so you could do a lot of different things. You could do tin foil to kind of make it look like it is a mirror. Okay. We're going to put our little frames back on. Okay, we want to line them up with these holes that the screws go in. I'm going to take this out. I don't really need this in it. So it is thicker in here, so I'm going to have to kind of maneuver and push it a little. But it should be fine once you get it in there. Okay, then we can put the back on and just screw the back on. So if you see any areas where it's not wanting to come through, go back and kind of push the material down and make sure that it can get down in there. There we go. Just push it down. There we go. Awesome. Okay, so that should fit well. Okay. There we go. Now we got it. All right. So once I have it on there, I'm going to put the back on. This little thing goes over this. There we go. Okay, so then just line it up, and then we can put our screws back on. Okay. Now you could, if you wanted to, just do a picture. Oh, I gotta get it on the right place. Instead of doing the skeleton like we are, you just put a picture in there, and then the opening will reveal the picture. We're going to be doing some other projects like that are going to be super fun. I have a lot of ideas to do with this that are a little different than the traditional way that people are doing the busted canvas. Because I think the busted canvas is super fun and cute. But I like to kind of do things that are going to do it in an unusual way that make it more fun. So, okay, so now we're going to take our hot glue and we're going to get some glue on the corners here and kind of flip it up and glue it down. This is so cute. I think this would be really cute to do with any kind of frame. Okay, I'm gonna... There. I'm gonna trim off this little corner. There we go. There. Okay. I'm gonna turn that back off. Okay. That's so funny. So I'm kind of gluing it into the corner of this. Okay. That one. Alright, so look how cute that is. Okay, so a lot of times what people do is they'll put a picture in here. so that it's like it's opening up to see the picture, which is super cute. But I was thinking it would be fun to have a ghost coming out. I have, oh yes, I have these little hands, and I was thinking I could kind of put them down in here and make it kind of look like he is almost crawling out of the frame. I thought that would be super fun. So what I think is that you can take pretty much anything you want, and you can add the canvas in to do this same effect. But you could also do other materials. I do like the canvas. This is the faux leather. It's basically just canvas. And you want something that's really stiff, because that's what's going to make this work. Okay. So we're going to glue this guy on. I want him really like he is stepping out of this. I want it right down in here. I still want to be able to see that the canvas is broken, but I also want it to look like he's climbing out. And then we're going to put his hands in here like they are, like he is climbing out of the frame. So I think what I want to do, so we can kind of glue these to the frame so that it kind of looks like he's climbing out. So you could put anything you want up here. You could put little bats. You could decorate this up. You could put a bow. You could put little skeleton heads kind of up in here. Put eyeballs up here, spiders up here. There's just endless things that you could do. You could also just leave the hands so that they're kind of sitting in front of him instead of gluing them in. But I think it's really fun to do something a little different. You can glue it in here underneath the, let's do that. I think that's a good idea. Let's glue it up under the head. So we're going to take these and we are going to get a good amount of glue in here, and we're going to glue it up under his head here. Then it'll really look like he's kind of coming out from the mirror. Okay. If you don't want to sit here and hold it, take some painter's tape and tape it around here to get it to hold up until it has hardened. Oh my gosh, look how cute that is. That's so cute. I love that. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. I think it's super fun. What we're going to do is we're going to do a video with all of these that I'm putting together, like in a display on a table. So make sure you're watching for that, because that'll be coming up here in the next few days.